What's going on, guys? Jay the Black here. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I'm pretty sure that people who are watching this video have already seen the political scene unfold as Joe Biden has dropped out of the presidential race and Kamala Harris has taken his place. She was his vice president the last 3.5 years, and she is now assuming the role of running for president. Now, I don't know if she's going to be sworn in as the president in the intermediate because we don't know where Joe is. But I want to get to Kamala Harris personally because I'm seeing all these reports. You have all these people vying to support her, right? But when you look at Kamala Harris, the woman, here's a woman who has an identity crisis. 1 minute she's a black woman, the next minute she's an Indian, and she's garnering a lot of support from black women. I also think that she's going to get a lot of support from single non-black women. She represents the Western woman that I have talked about and that other men have talked about as well. She's the antithesis of a strong, independent woman who chases a career, who wait until she's older in order, to settle down, which is what Kamala Harris has done. But I want to go into how she got her career started. Now, I'm not going to do a deep dive. I'm just going to speak on what we know. And what we do know is that she was in some sort of relationship with Willie Brown. I believe she was his side chick. He is the former mayor of San Francisco. And I believe that was right around the time her political career was starting to take shape. Now, you got to remember that Kamala Harris was an attorney general in the state of California. She was dealing with Willie Brown early in when she was in her prime, right? She was a side chick. Let's be very clear about this. She was a woman that did not have any attachment in any type of relationship publicly or marriage. She didn't get married until she was in her 50s. And then you look at the situation where she was with Montel Williams. He was a TV show host, right? There's an infamous video clip of her on the red carpet with him. And that was around the time she was in her 40s. Now, she didn't meet her current husband until 2013. I think they got married the next year. I think the only reason why she married him was because she was looking to run for office. Y'all got to understand, when people make these sort of moves, they do it because they're looking to get deeper into politics. I think Tim Scott may have done that. I think Tim Scott was single, and then he all of a sudden he's running for president. Now he has a girlfriend, yeah. But I'm looking at the support that Kamala Harris is getting, and I want to talk about that because this is a woman who I don't think she respects her husband. I think her husband, I think she likes maybe the resources able to bring her the legitimacy. You can't be no single woman trying to be no vice president because there are going to be women that are going to look down upon that. You have the suburban women, the women in the middle to upper middle class who do vote Democrat. They want to look at Kamala Harris and they want to see a woman who's like her, like them, married. I think that Kamala Harris she climbed the social ladder due to who she knew and blue. Okay, because this is a woman who is so out of her depth as vice president. This woman was in hiding for months, especially after the Ukraine conflict popped off. Did she do appearances here and there? Yes, but when the going got tough, she got to hiding. And now you got the media, you got Democrats running interference. You're seeing stories of all these black women that are donating to her, right? Which I find very hilarious because she doesn't even say that she's a black woman. Remember, when she first ran as a vice presidential candidate, she was an Indian American. She did not embrace black women whatsoever as far as her being black. And then you see her go on the Breakfast Club and make a complete fool of herself, talking about she smoked weed and what did it say she listened to? Was it Tupac or Snoop Dogg? Just a complete buffoon. And this is somebody that people want to be president, that they want, because you got to understand, when you're president, you make tough choices. Even though you have handlers, you have to go meet world leaders. You have to be the decision maker on things. Say whatever you want about Joe Biden and how He was just inept, but he was still looked upon as a leader of this country, and he had to go and talk to world leaders. He had to, make those important decisions, even though, again, he had handlers as well. But when you look at this whole presidential race, they're going to frame this narrative of a black woman going up against Donald Trump, and they're talking about all this support that she's getting. She is the representative of everything that is wrong with the Western woman. Western women are a confused group of women. Kamala Harris represents that Gen X, that older Gen X female that I feel like is responsible for destroying the minds and the souls of the majority of the women of today. You have the baby boomer women. You also have these Gen X women who destroyed the millennial women, and they continue to destroy Gen Z women, because a lot of these women tell other women, listen, you don't need a man. Chase a career. Don't take marriage or relationships seriously. You can wait until you're 50 to get married. There's no such thing as a wall. There's absolutely a such thing as a wall. But again, Kamala Harris settled for her husband. Let's be clear about this. Kamala Harris settled. She was looking to further her political career, and she married this bozo that she married. Because again, she met him in 2013. They married the next year. She doesn't have any children of her own. That's indicative of a woman who has decided that she chooses politics, her career, over having a family. She doesn't care about having a family. This is why I find it strange that you have so-called women who claim to be Christians, who claim to be family women, husbands, children, who are willing to support this woman, willing to support a woman who had to sleep her way to the top. This woman has never been good at anything she's ever done. Even as the attorney general in the state of California, this woman has a racial identity issue. This is a woman who the media now wants you to believe is presidential material. I would never buy that this woman is presidential material. This woman is in the position that she is in due to the fact that she's easy to control. She's an empty pantsuit. She's going to do as she's told. And that's because she understands that by submitting to whatever goes on in the deep state, or submitting to the politic game, because say whatever you want about Democrats and how they like to virtue signal, they always end up being in the situation Kamala's in, especially Democratic women. I think a lot of these women in politics are just, look at Lauren Boebert. I mean, this woman claims to have a conservative message, but she's messing around with a guy who apparently is a liberal, on camera being flirtatious with a guy. She just met the guy, she got divorced. Western women are Western women no matter who they vote for, right? But Kamala to me represents that Gen Xer female that I feel like has been responsible for pushing a message of feminism, pushing a message of strong, independent woman. You don't need a capable man. She's with a complete, Kamala Harris, she's with a complete beta male, a guy who has no backbone at all, a guy who's not strong. This is why she's never had any children from him. His seed ain't strong enough. This is the type of guy she's with. She's a social climber. She will do whatever it takes to get to where she needs to go. Kind of reminds you of Joe Biden. And no, Joe Biden's not a politician, but you look up the situation, but be that as it may, because the same people who support Kamala Harris now clowned her. Now all of a sudden she's a threat politically. She's no threat politically. None. She is in this position because of whatever's going on with Joe Biden. We haven't seen him in almost a week. He stepped aside because he was forced to. He had no choice. They probably blackmailed him or whatever it is going on. Y'all understand things are very critical in Washington, and they want to drive this country into wars with all these different countries to save their hegemony. They want to be able to save their empire, even though it's crumbling at home. They want to fight abroad, and they want to use Kamala Harris in her empty pantsuit to help them get that done, because she's going to do what they tell her to do. And maybe Joe Biden wasn't as controllable as they thought it was. And because Joe Biden getting his ass kicked. I just want people to understand, when it gets to the debates, Kamala Harris may do a little bit better than Joe Biden. But when they get to the real serious issues, policies, she is going to be a deer in the headlights. She really is. The Democrats have no real base. The only thing they can use is abortion. The only thing they can use is the dirt that has been thrown at Donald Trump. That's about it. That's about it. And now they want to, you got black women who want to shame black men into voting for Kamala Harris. I would never vote for Kamala Harris. And no intelligent black man is willing to vote for Kamala Harris. Now, you beta males, you're going to vote for her because, you know, you don't know any better and you don't know politics. Okay, you know what you feel, not what you actually have researched and looked into. And I honestly see what is going on. This ain't a win for black people. She sees herself as Indian American. She don't see herself as one of you Negroes. So all of this support that she's getting from y'all is very laughable, it's comical, and it just shows how completely dumb the African American, the Negro American, the Black American, how dumb politically we are. We are. And they want us to be on this Democratic plantation where we just vote for whoever has a D beside their name. And that's just not going to happen. And of course, they're going to blame black men because black men get blamed for everything because these black women are so controlled. A lot of these black women in America are controlled. They are just like Kamala Harris, side chicks, jump offs. A lot of them have had multiple abortions. They've never been married, or they're waiting until they've completely hit the wall to get married, choosing their careers. Don't choose good, capable men to be to be in relationships with in the first place. Just horrible at picking men because these women want to wear the pants in a relationship. They want to be the head of the table, and women are not built to be the head of the table. They're not. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I'll see y'all next one.